Thanks everybody for coming today. This is a press event, launch event for our MoGo ride transportation service in Morgan Hill. Without wasting any time, I'm going to call up our first speaker, which is Mayor Rich Constantine, who is also the Vice Chair of the Valley Transportation Authority.
Thank you very much, Chris. Well, this is really exciting. I guess we can't call it a ribbon cutting, we can't call it a grand opening, we're going to call it the launch of Morgan Hill's quick ride program called MoGo. And you can see that right behind us right here, the MoGo. So, how many of you use paratransit and have been outside the area and couldn't use it? Well, this is going to eliminate that. We're going to have virtual stops, as you can see from the map. We're going to have virtual stops within 10 minutes of most neighborhoods, most shopping centers, most stores, so that, and it's only $2.50. If from 8 to 18, it's $1. And if you're younger than that, as long as you're with a paying customer, it's free. So we are super excited. We're also teaming up with VTA, as Chris mentioned. I'm the vice chair of VTA, and we're also partnering with RideCo. You'll hear from that representative after I'm done speaking. But we're super excited. This is a 2-year project funded by a grant from the 2016 Measure B, which is that transit measure that was passed overwhelmingly by residents here in Morgan Hill, and we're reaping the benefits of that today. MoGo, as I mentioned, is a rideshare similar to Uber and Lyft, where you go to an app and you can go to the city's website and punch in MoGo in the search, and it'll take you right to it. And you can click on the link for the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and that'll take you directly to it. Or you can just punch in, if you go to the Apple, I have an Apple, so I went in and went under Apple, and I put in Morgan Hill Quick Ride. It took me right to it. And you go to that app, and you can get a ride. It's that simple, and it's $2.50 throughout the city. So it's really exciting. I'm so happy that we'll be able to take advantage of this. It's going to be helpful for everyone in Morgan Hill to get around. It's going to help subsidize our transit system that we currently have. It's going to make it easier for our mobility challenged residents, our young people, to be able to do errands. They don't have a car, or they can't take the bus. This is something that hopefully will be permanent, but as I said, it's a 2-year project right now, but I have a feeling it's going to be a fantastic thing for Morgan Hill. Again, I want to thank our city teammates that worked so hard to get this grant funded, my teammates at VTA, and also RideCo for really partnering with Morgan Hill and making this happen. So please, get the app and start using it. Thank you very much, and I'll now turn this back over to Chris.
Thank you, Mayor Constantine. Our next speaker at the event is Teague Kirkpatrick, and he is with RideCo, who's been our partner for a couple years now through the grant process with VTA and helped us bring this to Morgan Hill.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you, Mayor. So I'm super excited to be here. As Chris mentioned, my name is Teague Kirkpatrick. I'm with RideCo. RideCo is a transit technology firm. We're focused on designing, planning, building, and deploying microtransit or on-demand services. Really what our passion is when we say microtransit services, these services are meant to be meant to supplement existing transit infrastructure and provide a much more spontaneous, much more exciting transportation and mobility option for the community. All communities have mobility gaps, and this is the opportunity. The city has really stepped up to be able to say we could fill those gaps and provide mobility for all the citizens within the community. So it's very exciting. We're very excited to be here. I'm humbled to be part of this project. I think it's worth acknowledging kind of the community itself for passing the Measure B initiative to be able to fund exciting projects like this. I wanted to acknowledge the VTA for being able to have the foresight to administer this. Acknowledge the city of Morgan Hill. I mean, this is a courageous approach to be able to provide real mobility to the community and really step up, and I think it's very exciting for the city. It's exciting for us to be part of this. So thank you very much. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Teague. Up next, I'm going to be calling Nicole Martin, who's with the City of Morgan Hill, and she's going to be explaining how the service works.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Nicole Martin, City of Morgan Hill. We're really excited about this MoGo service, and I wanted to take a few minutes to explain how you can book a ride with MoGo. The best part is that it's easy. So the first option is to download the mobile app. You can do that, as the mayor mentioned, through the Apple or Google App Store. Once you download, you register and create your account, and you can start booking your ride. So you can search your pickup and drop-off locations by exact address or by searching a name such as Centennial Recreation Center. You'll be able to identify the number of passengers if you're looking for an accessible ride or if you have a bicycle with you. From there, you can you can hit find rides, and it'll take you to your options. You can choose the one that most closely aligns with your needs. And then you follow the prompts to complete your booking. Once you have booked your ride, you'll receive an email confirmation. If you don't have a smartphone, we have two other options for booking rides. So you can book online through our web portal, which is at book.mogo.rideco.com. We have it on a couple signs here as well. And you can also use our call center, which is at 408-330-3302. And we can get you booked for your ride there as well. We do recommend that you arrive at your pickup location 5 minutes prior to your pickup time. Our drivers are able to wait for 1 minute prior to moving to their next ride pickup. But when it's time for your ride to arrive, you'll see a vehicle like this one here with distinct MoGo graphics, and it'll pick you up and be ready to take you where you need to go. And we're really excited about this. We know that there might be a couple of questions, so I do want to take a few minutes to answer some of those. If you do have a question, if you could raise your hand, I'd like to invite Mariah Dable from the City of Morgan Hill up to join me and help answer some of these questions. If anyone has a question, we do have a question.
How far in advance can you book your ride?
Great question. So right now we have set up the service to allow you to book a ride up to 7 days in advance. So when you're using the app or on the website, you can select 1 day, 2 days, or you would select multi-ride booking, and it would open up a schedule and it would show you how far in advance that 7th day is, and you can click on the day that you want to book your service.
If you're booking a service, you have to, as my understanding, you have to be at a bus stop. Okay, when you are released from the ride, do you have to be at a bus stop, or do you have to be at a bus stop?
Sure, great question. Let me clarify. So this model is on demand in terms of you request the date and time that you would like your ride, and fixed point. Fixed point means that there are certain locations throughout the city where you may be picked up or dropped off. We're calling those virtual stops. Now, all virtual stops, they've been set up to be at key locations that are going to be trip generators for the community. So virtual stops, for instance, there's one right here, right at the steps, right in front of the steps of the CRC. Right in front of a number of key locations throughout town. So at shopping centers, downtown, there's multiple stops downtown, at City Hall, and then a maximum of a 10-minute walk from all neighborhoods in the city. So that's the goal. So what we encourage you to do to check out these stops is to go online and look at the map, and we're happy to help you explore the map today. Some stops, I took my car to the mechanic last week, and I was pleased to find that my stop was about 25 feet from the door of the mechanic. So I got lucky right there. So if you want to plan a ride and you might want to think about how you're going to use the service, I encourage you to talk with one of our teammates, and we can show you where those stops are and help you plan your ride. In addition, we do offer also an ADA vehicle. And my understanding from Rideco is that in certain instances, if someone is booking an ADA ride and needs some sort of special assistance, that you can contact us and we can set you up and discuss how we can get you directly to your destination. So please work with the city and we can set you up to try and make that arrangement in special cases for ADA customers.
Would that include picking you up at your home?
We can talk further after, yeah. But I do encourage everyone, for those who are thinking about how you might use the service, go to mogomh.com and check out those virtual stops that we've already designated. And this is a pilot program, so we're going to be tweaking some of those stops as we see how users really need to use the service over the next 2 years. Great question.
How early is too early? How late is too late?
Sure. So the service runs Mondays through Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Why not Sundays? Some of us do go to church.
Sure, understood. We're trying to pick service hours that meet all the goals for the service. So we're trying to have an extended day to meet lots of user needs, but we also need to stay within our allocated grant funding. So we'll continue to look at the service hours over the next 2 years during the pilot, and we can always make adjustments, but we do need to stay within the budget constraints of the program and try and meet the majority of the service needs of the community. Yeah. Any other questions?
Okay, if there are no other questions, I think that this will end our event for today. We thank you all for being here, and we can't wait to see you using MoGo.
Thank you.
Go, MoGo.